All right, welcome back to the channel. I told y'all. Terence Crawford. Man, you know I can't wait to make this next video about Tyson Fury. I'm about to rip him. Terence Crawford may get rolled over by Kell Brook, says Bob Arum. And if so, Bob Arum wants to make Kell Brook versus Manny Pacquiao. What did I tell you? Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Sometimes I like to say, I told you so. I told you so. Bob Arum says that Kell Brook may, if Terence Crawford is not really on his stuff, that Kell Brook might steamroll him or might roll right over him, as Brook is very confident. And if he is successful with Terence Crawford, maybe I'll make Brook versus Manny Pacquiao. Now, why do I say I told you so? Because I told you so. This is a very difficult fight, dangerous fight for Terence Crawford. Very dangerous fight for Terence Crawford. Not that I believe that he is not good enough of a fighter to beat Kell Brook. I believe that he is. And I believe that a good likelihood for this fight is that Terence Crawford knocks out Kell Brook. But what I'm saying is, because of the situation that's around, and you just heard it from a quote from Bob Arum, he needs to get the knockout. He should not let this go to the cards. If it goes to the cards, you don't know what's going to happen, because it is in Top Rank's best interest for Terence Crawford to lose. Again, it is in Top Rank's best interest at this moment for Terence Crawford to lose, which is exactly why Terence needs this knockout. Otherwise, if it goes to a decision, I'm telling you, y'all need to be getting the bubble guts when they say, and we go to the scorecards, because anything can happen. Because Top Rank, and we have seen it time and time again, will do this type of stuff. Or let me say this, that type of stuff just magically happens on the Top Rank card whenever it seems like it is in their benefit for it to happen. Like what just happened with Vasily Lomachenko. Their star that they were building up now is in his, isn't he around the same age as Terence Crawford? I do believe he is. Now in their early 30s, looking like they're getting closer to 35. Once you get to 35, you know you're closer to 40 than you are to 30. Once you get to 33, you're closer to 40 than you were to 25, right? And Terence, so what happened with Vasily Lomachenko? Just like I predicted it. Bob Arum was not going to put that fight together between Teofimo Lopez and Vasily Lomachenko if he did not believe that Teofimo Lopez was going to win that fight. And even though I believe Teofimo Lopez won that fight, those scorecards were a whole bunch wider than I thought they were. At least a couple of them were. Anyway, I could have been wrong and maybe it wasn't that Bob Arum was really happy that he now has a knockout artist that's 23 years old early in his contract, doesn't make that much money, right? Now replaced Vasily Lomachenko, who had a big old contract with big old guarantees, right? Don't you remember when Bob Arum said not too long ago that he was asking Terence Crawford to make a pay cut, and Terence Crawford said he ain't taking a pay cut, right? He ain't fighting in front of, he wants to fight in front of a crowd, and if he has to fight, he ain't taking a pay cut. Remember that? Remember that for after the fight, if this goes the distance. However, there is a scenario that I laid out about why I believe this is the case, and it ain't Manny Pacquiao, okay? That's Bob Arum trying to, well, maybe I'll make the Kell Brook Manny Pacquiao fight. But hold on, Bob. Hold on, Bob. Is Kell Brook signed with you now? I mean, you say maybe the next fight you'll make Kell Brook versus Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao's not signed with you. Kell Brook's not signed with you. Why wouldn't Manny Pacquiao and Kell Brook go fight on pay-per-view over there on Fox? You think Manny Pacquiao's going to come fight Kell Brook on regular ESPN Plus? Of course not. Of course not. The fight that they might make is Kell Brook versus Josh Taylor, okay? And then allow Teofimo Lopez to come up and fight for the belts that Josh Taylor or Jose Ramirez, depending on which one goes up. Teofimo Lopez will move up and fight for those two guys' belts, and Terence Crawford will be without a belt, but will shift over to the PBC or whoever he goes to with empty-handed like a mug, not with that WBO belt. That's why Terence Crawford needs to win by knockout, without a doubt. So, what's going to happen in the fight? I think Terence Crawford is going to try to knock this dude out. And I know I'm in conspiracy theory land, but it just makes no sense to me that Bob Arum would not set this dude up. Because if I was the promoter for Bob Arum, and if I was Bob Arum's matchmaker, I would say, look, man, we only got a couple more fights left out of Terence Crawford. And he wants to fight Kell Brook. Dude, Kell Brook is a big... Do you remember when Kell Brook got in the ring with Errol Spence Jr., how big Kell Brook looked compared to Errol Spence Jr.? Like, he looked significantly bigger. He looked shorter, but he looked much thicker. And he was a strong guy in there with Errol Spence Jr. This dude is a 154-pounder. He is not some guy, and he's not like Jeff Horn. He's not some guy that, that can't score points and some awkward dude you just pulled out of nowhere. He's already somebody that has a win over Sean Porter. He's already got a win over Sean Porter. He fought a very good, although he got beat up and his body broke down, he fought a very good fight with Errol Spence Jr., a very good fight with Gennady Golovkin. Dude, the size, the experience, and all of that stuff, just, man, I'm telling you, Kell Brook and the setup is just ripe. You know what I'm saying? And now that Bob Arum is openly contemplating it, openly saying, man, maybe my plan will be if Terence Crawford loses, I'll do this. What does that tell you? That very statement tells you he's planning on Terence Crawford losing. The very statement. And here's the thing. He's 90 years old, okay? He's 90 years old. They just say what's on their mind at that point in time. I'm telling you, if you've ever been around 85-year-old, 90-year-old people, they have no time to play around. They're going to say what's on their mind. Bob Arum is a unique mix of that, because Bob Arum will just flat out lie, and you know he lying. He lied to you and told you on Blue Blood's channel that Deontay Wilder didn't have, or he didn't know of any recourse Deontay Wilder had for that contract, knowing perfectly well that there was a mediation, there was a alternative dispute resolution provision in the contract that made these guys have to sit down and talk about it. But yet he's acting as if, Tyson Fury can just walk away and do whatever he wants. You know why? Because Tyson Fury is going to walk away and do whatever he wants, and it doesn't matter what the arbitrator is going to say. It doesn't matter what the mediator says. It doesn't matter what the mediator/arbitrator says or does, because Tyson Fury's a scumbag, and they are cheaters, and they live over there in the UK, and they're not coming back to the United States anyway. Because Bob Arum is losing money on Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury never took off. Never took off, never will take off. He won't take off in the UK. He's not going to take off in the US. In the US, everybody knows he's a scumbag and a cheater. Over there in the UK, everybody knows he's a scumbag and a cheater. They're just waiting for that media, for that whatever money is left in trying to push this guy. Once they get that last fight out of Tyson Fury, and they cut that little bit out of his side, dog, don't be surprised if you don't never hear, that you literally don't ever hear from Tyson Fury again, man. He's so mixed up in that nonsense. Anyway, I got diverted. I got sidetracked a little bit because I can't wait to make this next video, dude. I absolutely can't wait. But in short, this is my prediction for the fight. I think I got Terence Crawford by knockout. I got Kell Brook by split decision win. If Terence Crawford don't knock him out, I got Kell Brook winning by a split decision. That's what I have in a controversial split decision. One in which there's going to be one scorecard that's really wide for Kell Brook, one scorecard that's going to be good for Terence Crawford, and one that's going to be like a 114, 113 for Kell Brook. And boom, there you go. Huge upset. What a spectacular thing on ESPN. Ooh, now we've got this real great fight that we can move on to, which is the up-and-coming new UK star who's breaking onto the scene, Josh Taylor versus Kell Brook in the UK. That's what I think is going to happen, and I might be completely wrong, but it's going to happen to Terence Crawford eventually as long as he sits up over there. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think, and with that, I'm out. Peace.